What is going on, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Expected Bets for your go-to podcast for all things hockey betting. We got the usual crew today, myself, Franco Betskis, and we have one of the original members of the show, one of our favorite guests to have on, Cheds. How are we doing today?
Doing good, blasting the past. We're back in like 2022 at this point with the show. Just so happens that I don't know if you're asking me on just because the Devils played today or just in general, but we'll talk Devils puck. We'll talk some. There's actually some fun matchups today for a Friday. Usually Fridays get one game, so 6 is a nice little surprise.
Yeah, we got Utah here today. So
half our teams.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, well, me and Gator's team face off tomorrow, so
sweet.
There's gonna be a bloodbath there.
Toilet bowl. Yeah.
Hopefully that's a Sabres win. I mean, we need these Sabres to keep winning. So
Mishkov Patty Day. Mishkov Patty Day. You guys aren't losing another game. Sorry.
I can't believe he missed that empty netter yesterday.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I mean,
I guess he's just going to get the Hattie tomorrow. Then that's what it is.
Yep.
He will if Kopech Luukkonen's in that.
Yeah, right. James Reimer.
We need Reimer. We need vintage Reimer getting in here.
No, Reimer's the better of the two goalies right now. You don't. I mean,
no, I'm telling you,
you do. Yeah,
I want them to. Yeah.
Yeah, you want us to win for a better draft pick.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Get Fiddler's kid.
Yeah.
Anything, please.
Yeah. I mean, college hockey is already going on today, which is awesome too. The 2 p.m.
Boston
game,
College.
BC barely beat Bentley today. Took a last-minute goal by Hagens to kind of solidify that one, and they got an empty net. But even yesterday too, some crazy matchups. Cornell takes down number 2 seed Michigan State. UMass with an upset there. So I mean, not a bad weekend. You got March Madness, you got college hockey, you got NHL, so should be a pretty fun weekend ahead. Any other topics you guys want to touch on before we get started here? 8-0 last night.
Not bad.
Not bad.
You guys are changing a winning formula? Why am I here?
We're here to win more. Isn't that how it works? Come on.
All right, let's get into this.
Good. That was just about everything went right besides Trey Nugent Hopkins, but that's a different story.
He came close to an assist too on that goal. He was in the play, but I don't know.
It was always Nuge's shots. It was always his shots again.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started here. Utah at Florida. Florida minus 250. Utah plus 205. Total set at 5.5 here. Minus 120 to the over. Florida 6-4 in their last 10. Utah 4-2 in their last 10 on a 2-game skid. Betsky, as a resident Utah fan, it's only right we start with you in this one. What do you have for your hockey club tonight?
The playoff push.
At this point, I think I saw the last Utah win of the season when I was up there to see the Tampa game. They need to figure something out with a backup that they feel confident in because Vejmelka has played I don't know. It feels like he has started every game since Four Nations and maybe before that. So that's what happens when you wear down your goalie. You give up 8 goals and 4 in the first? Yeah. And then you just walk right into another landmine with Florida, who's been coming off a couple days rest and get a big boost with Brad Marchand making his debut as an ice cat. I don't feel good about Utah at all here.
If I could go in, because I've been talking about this on Twitter today, it doesn't feel like Vejmelka's played every game since Four Nations. He has. I think he's up to 18 straight starts with today. He's played every back-to-back, every game for a while now. And his performances have dropped significantly of late.
Yeah, which I'm not surprised
at
all.
Gassed. He's like
they're following the Sabres winning strategy when they were starting UPL every game. I mean, they saw how great that worked out, and
Well, 2 years before we did it with Levi too. When Levi came in and we were making a playoff push, we just started him every game. So it's no, clearly you've adopted the Sabres' great habits. So good luck with that
Well,
one.
in all fairness, our backup is in the player assistance program. So
Yeah, but still, you start the other guy at least a game here and there. Like
the problem is they should have picked up some sort of vet at the trade deadline too.
Well, did the Ingram stuff happen before the deadline, or did it happen after?
I don't remember.
I want to say it happened after, and they were kind of.
I think you may be right. I think you may be right, and they started running veg because he was playing so well, and then the drop off happened. But anyway,
March. It happened the day after the deadline. The deadline was the 8th. It happened on the 9th.
Oh.
They had to know, though. Come on. I mean, you announce it that day, but they didn't know. That's I don't know.
Yeah, they had to know he was struggling before that, though. Like it didn't come out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, I mean,
this sets up for a fun night for the Ice Cats. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So I wouldn't shy away. I don't think this is going to be one of those performances where a team is able to bounce back and like shut the gates and win in a 2-1 fashion or anything like that. I think, the odds look correct. So I think at this point it's like picking your poison on the Florida side, and there's just no way I'm not dabbling in Marchand props tonight. So -134 point, at least that's what it opened at. You could staple Bennett to him if you want. Only problem is he's on the second power play unit, but he's such a good 5-on-5 player anyways. Doesn't affect that too much. The other one that stood out to me on the Florida side was Seth Jones, both points and shots. His history against this franchise is insane. He's hit his shots in 6 straight, averaging 6.4 shot attempts in those games. And when he plays this franchise, he has averaged 6.9 shot attempts over the last 13 games. So
I like it. I like it a lot.
Pretty crazy.
No love for Bennett tonight, who's actually bettable at 3+.
So
I love Sam Bennett.
I don't mind it at all. I guess the only thing is if Marchand hogs the shots and they want to defer to him, but no, I don't mind that at all.
I like the point for that entire line. Bennett, Mackey, and
Samo.
Marchand. I'm curious what they do with Mackey when Tkachuk comes back. Do they just put him down in the bottom 6 and just kind of load up that? Like, what a ridiculous team. And that's the most hated line in NHL history in playoff time. When Tkachuk returns.
I think you're right. Gunther finally missed his last game too. Any thoughts on going back to him at that 3+ number?
I don't know. He gets a little streaky. I think if the game wasn't such a blowout yesterday, I would just be more prone to stay away. I also Florida top 10 and power plays allowed, so that helps there a little bit. I don't know how confident I am in that. I could be eating crow easily, but it's not like you're getting phenomenal odds on it or anything. And it looks like Kerfoot is on his line. So Kerfoot, Hayton, and Gunther.
That should mean shots for him, but
I don't want to be the one to tell you, Gretzky, but I think yesterday felt like the dagger for the season. That's what it felt like to me.
Oh yeah,
especially with St. Louis on this ridiculous streak right now.
Yep.
I could see one. Like I don't understand why Veg Milk is going today. I think the season's over.
I don't either.
Just give Jackson Stauber, whoever the backup is. I think they
pulled somebody
another
up.
person. Yeah.
Just start that guy. Who cares?
I don't think they're making up 10 points in 10 games. That would be miraculous. So I have no idea why Veg Milka goes today. He's not playing for a contract anymore. He's set.
You're putting him in a game against the Panthers who are going to fire 1,000 shots at him too. Like
he's going to get injured. You just know
it's like why are you torturing this poor guy? Just let him have a break, man.
What was that viral video of that goalkeeper, Scott? Stallings or whatever. It's like
Keeps
when he
making the
keeps getting
saves.
hurt and they keep just rolling
Yes.
him out there to take another penalty shot against him. That's what it feels like tonight with Vejmelka. They're like, I get you're
Yeah.
gassed, but we have no one else. You have to kind of get in there.
And
Cheds, what are you looking at for tonight in this matchup between Utah and Florida?
Big on Marchand Point. I played him as a duo with another rat on Carolina, which I think they're very similar players. Both Team Canada line mates, I think they were for Four Nations.
Yep.
But a big fan of Marchand. I just feel like he'll have a big game today. You know, the crowd will be hyped up. First game, just kind of one of those. And I just like that line. I think Bennett and Mackey have almost been better 5-on-5 of late over that Reinhardt Barkov, where I think they're more power play focused of late. So I'll be targeting that. Other than that, not much. I think Vejmelka saves is a slammed. Like, I'll wait for it live, and if you can get that live, if Utah goes up 1 or 2-0, I will be there, because Florida will rip 70 shots on that.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, I like that.
I'd rather
Vejmelka
wait
look a lot.
though. I don't think
Yeah.
playing it pre-games, because this also could just be 4-0 through 1 and
Yep,
nothing.
he could be pulled.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Franco, what do you got in this one?
I like the Bennett shots. That was the first
Yep.
thing that stood out to me this morning. I think even with the addition of Marchand, I don't think Marchand's going to be shooting a ton. Maybe he will, but it feels like in general this season he's been more of like the playmaking type of guy, not the heavy shot volume type of player. Not that he's ever really been that, but so I like that -130. I also see Florida team total at over 3.5 -120. That feels pretty damn good too. I don't see a scenario where Vejmelka shuts the door tonight, given what's been going on. This could be the same thing as last night, 5-6 goals. So I think that's where you find the value. I don't want to be involved with Utah at all.
That's fair. Yeah, I love that Marchand Point look. The Bennett shots look great. Reinhardt at 3+ is bettable tonight too. Verhaeghe at 3+ is bettable tonight. I mean, there's just so many options you can go with on that Florida side.
All right, wait, hold the phone. All right, I'll take, if there's one Utah prop, I'll take. Maybe it's Gunther Point here, -104.
He's
If they
better
get
on the
enough
road
power
too.
play time. Yep, better on the road.
splits.
He's hit in every other game. Missed yesterday, obviously. Getting good value on that, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm doing it, but that would be maybe the way I would go here if I had to take a Utah prop, or maybe Cooley. But
Yeah, no, I like those looks. Any other plays in Utah, Florida?
wait, does Sergachev like playing against them?
Yeah, I was just wondering that. You would think there's be some history there.
He did
Sucks.
absolute dick all against Tampa.
Yeah, that killed
Clearly
it.
still just misses that time, but nah, it's nothing
He's
bad.
inconsistent. 7
Yeah.
of 14 games.
Yeah. Let's worry about those chickens right now. He's got a bunch of chickens.
Yeah. Hey, the entire Utah hockey team saves on the price of eggs. They're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey man, I got chickens too, so I feel it.
All right, next game up on the slate: Montreal at Carolina. Carolina -360, Montreal +285. Total set at 5.5, -130 to the over here. Montreal has lost 4 straight. Carolina 8-2 in their last 10. Again, one of these games where it feels like it's properly priced. Franco, we'll start with you in this one. Any looks in Montreal, Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, this is a hard one as far as finding any value, as sides, totals, all that fun stuff. But I feel like I want to come back to Slavkovsky. I know it's not a great target, but just considering how good he's been recently, you're getting his shots on goal at -135, so we're getting like a little bit of a discount. Head-to-head, decent as well. Last 2, he's hit 6 and 2 shots against them. So I think it's worth a shot. I know his volume was down last game, but just given the value and what he's been doing recently, I don't mind it. I feel like yesterday was just an off game for him.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Cheds, any looks in this one?
I mean, I like the Aho side of things. Aho's got a really good head-to-head history against that Montreal team. Tired on a back-to-back. Defensively, they didn't look great yesterday against I put this lightly, a struggling to score Philadelphia team usually. I think Carolina should be able to, and they should be pissed off. They just lost to Nashville, which is almost just as bad. I like, but everything about me, I don't like the price on anything. I don't think Montreal should be plus 290. They're not that bad. I think Carolina is a better team, but like, I'll take Montembeault as a goalie over Freddie Anderson. I think Freddie Anderson stinks. I think there's value in sprinkling Montreal, the more desperate team, where Carolina's kind of just like, don't get hurt going into the playoffs. They have that second seed in the Metro kind of locked up. I think there's value on Montreal on the money line, but probably just Aho for a point. Jarvis is great at home for a point. Like, you just kind of take that line and move on. I know Betsky told me to stop, but I'm not.
Hey,
so.
I'm on the Aho point too.
What happened to banning him?
I'm having a relapse right now, so
We'll support you in your time of need.
yeah, I'll let you know. Well, if you don't hear from me for the next couple days because Aho didn't get a point, you'll know that I'm long gone.
I have to alert the Raleigh Police Department. Put a hit out for Aho. You know who did it at least, yeah. I mean, speaking of Jarvis, I love his shots tonight at that 3+ bettable number. He's hitting 3 of his last 4. He's got great head-to-head history. So, and his home splits look fantastic. Montreal giving up the 7th most shots on goal to forwards in the last 10. So, give me Jarvis at 3+ tonight in this one. That's probably where I'm going to stay. Caulfield, shots, not a great matchup. Missed his last game. So, maybe that would be another look, but I don't know.
Can I interest anybody in Taylor Hall point at -130?
Great. I love to hate on him, but he's been fantastic.
Yeah.
He's been such a good
He's
fit
been
on that
awesome.
team.
Yeah.
I think he's getting a nice contract extension whenever they come to terms there. Like, he's been fantastic on that team, and I'm as much of a Taylor Hall hater as I am. Like, I genuinely believe like he deserves a nice contract extension. There's a perfect fit for him.
Oh yeah.
Buffalo Sabres legend.
The little upside to the whole Rantanen trade was they got Hall.
As long as
There you go. That was the selling point, right?
Hall for Natchez.
Look, if Taylor Hall ever became a Philadelphia Flyer, he would have played for all of our teams, and none of the time would be remembered.
No,
only New Jersey. I mean, I guess New Jersey because he won the MVP award, but other than that,
yeah.
All right. Any other looks in this one?
I don't know. The only other thing that's tempting for me, and it's kind of in the same vein as what I was just saying about the Utah props, and like if I had to pick one Montreal one, Patrick Laine for 3 shots at +158 doesn't look too bad. He's hitting 4 in a straight. His attempts are insane. It's a tough matchup, but maybe you're just riding the volume right now. Again, I'm not doing it, but that would be the one I would maybe lean on the Montreal side, just strictly for the value.
If you want a sneaky one, look at Yuri Slavkovsky's chart in the last 10, 20 games.
Yeah.
His volume's getting up there. His last 5, he's like at 6.9 shot attempts a game. He had a down one yesterday against Philly because I bet on him yesterday. But which means he's so certain to bounce back today and have a good game. Like, his volume looks great. He's gotten 3+ in 7 of his last 10. Obviously, he'll play big minutes, top power play, top line. He's kind of in around the net. He's my favorite guy to bet on because like he's like that Brady Tkachuk mold where like he'll tip the first shot in, whack a rebound, and he'll get like 3 in like one sequence. He's been good. He's been putting up points. He's been playing well. Like, I like the value on him.
Yeah. Question, what about Suzuki? Yeah, I mean, his shots have been unbelievable. He's hitting 5 straight against Carolina. He's got incredible history. He's hitting 6 of his last 7. He is slightly better at home with the 68% hit rate, but on the road, he's still hitting at 63%. So -150 for his 2+ shots on goal tonight. A little steep of a price, but I don't mind it. I'm certainly think it's worth a look at a parlay.
Yeah.
Maybe him plus Slav at 1.5 if you think the top line gets desperate. Good. Yeah.
I like that.
Now look at this. Look at this.
Finding value on Montreal. What a show.
I think they're undervalued today. I genuinely do.
Yeah.
There's some value on them. I think there's there's going to be some of these teams that just have nothing to play for right now, and are just like, let's get to the playoffs. Like, let's keep everyone healthy, get to the playoffs. Not completely shut it down, but they might not be putting, the typical 110% effort. It's almost impossible for Carolina to play that level of effort for 82 games. So maybe you get a desperate Montreal team who needs the points today.
Yeah. Then they're hanging on to that last wild card spot.
That's
What's
because
their
no one
puck
else
line?
behind them can win a game.
I know everybody behind them keeps failing.
Plus 110 on the puck line tonight.
I think I'd rather just sprinkle the money line.
Yep,
Montreal
I agree.
at that
That's
point.
how I feel. If
Yeah.
I'm gonna take them, I'm taking them.
All right. Vancouver at Columbus. Columbus minus 142. Vancouver plus 120. Total set at 5.5 here. Minus 112 to the under. This is our annual pick on Spittin' Picklets segment. So whoever wants to start here can go ahead.
I don't know. I didn't. This is not a game I was very excited about.
Suter screwed us the other night in our parlay. He was the one guy who missed. So any thoughts on going back to him or no?
No.
Yep.
Maybe his point.
I love his point.
There's
He's
value
playing
there.
playing 22 minutes a game. He's the number one center.
Yeah, he just accidentally can stumble into a point.
Yeah.
You're getting plus money on it. It's not like the Blue Jackets have been that stingy.
I don't
I
mind
lean
that.
I lean the over here in general. I think 5.5 minus 108 feels like a really good value. I have been noticing though, it seems like Canucks games have been starting out slow, so you could probably even wait and just try to grab a 4.5 live if you want to get a little bit greedy.
I think it's their last 5 games. They had 1-0 or 1 goal first periods, and
Yep.
their second periods are just
Yeah, 4
6.
goals or 5 goals. It's like,
Yeah.
what the hell just happened? So yeah, I like the over here regardless. I think both teams are fighting. And it seems like every one of these games have been with teams fighting for a playoff position. It was the Devils Canucks game first, and then it was against the Islanders. So these are all playoff teams. Typically, you would think they would be lower scoring games, but it hasn't been the case with Vancouver. So
I've been loving targeting these 2 teams that are fighting for that spot, because they're going to pull down 2, most of them even pulling down 3, because they need all the points they can get. Again, even if it's just an extra goal, it gives you a nice buffer. 4-1 hitting an over 5.5 is great, because Patrick Waugh pulled his goalie in 10 minutes left, down 4-1 or something. So more so in the East, I'd rather Columbus be the team down at home, but teams are pulling down 3, and it's been nice for the overs in general.
Suter plus Quinn Hughes is plus 154.
It's not bad.
yeah,
I mean, if Suter stumbles into it,
it's going to be because of Hughes.
Quinn-
It's not
Quinn
going to be because of
stumble into
Suter.
it too at some point.
There just is not enough talk about Quinn Hughes' heart. That team is a lottery team without him. I don't know
Oh
if you've
my
seen
God.
the stats, with him on and off the ice.
It's insane.
He's generally the most important player on a single team.
Yep.
Yeah. Is he the best Hughes?
For now, Luke just joined the league. Luke, get him. Luke and Jack both said that, or sorry, Quinn and Jack both said that Luke's the best of the 3 coming into the league. He's taken big steps this year, Luke, but obviously he's not there yet. And Jack has one shoulder for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Any thoughts on Werenski shots tonight? He's at 3+, minus
man.
140. Look at his attempts the last 4 games. He got 12, 11, 15, 10. And he is a home dog, hitting in 70% of his games in Columbus. Again, talking about teams fighting for that last wild card spot. So I am going to take him at that 2+ line tonight. So his attempts are too good to pass up, and it's a bettable number. So I don't mind it.
I like Werenski a lot today, personally.
Yeah. Any other plays in this one?
I'll sprinkle the draw at plus
Oh,
300.
there we go.
Ooh.
That's fun.
Out of conference teams, both needing wins.
You get 3-3. Both teams like, hey, we'll take a point.
Yep, that's what I'm hoping for. Do you guys have any interest in save props for Lankinen? I know he hasn't particularly been going over, but I feel like the Blue Jackets have been firing a ton recently since like Monahan's come back and Jenner's come back.
And their inability to score lately.
Yeah, I mean, that plays into it, but they've been shooting a ton. 24.5 seems pretty short, but
apparently
obviously his chart doesn't look good.
I think I saw a tweet going on. The reason Demko's missing is like there's some like illness going around in that Vancouver camp. Like there's a couple of people under the weather, which is apparently Demko's one of them, which is why he's not playing today. I like Lankinen saves a ton. Like you said, one, Columbus has had an inability to take a lead in a game, and two, then they just can't score. So you're getting like these perfect scripts every game where they're just down 2 and ripping. Like against New Jersey, they had like 28 shots in the third. Like
that game was ridiculous.
Saves. He's probably my favorite if I'm going to take anyone pregame for saves, it's probably him.
I like it.
Awesome.
I like it.
New Jersey at Winnipeg. Winnipeg minus 192. New Jersey plus 160. Total set at 5.5. Plus 105 to the over. Cheds, this is your team, so you can start us off with this one. What do you got?
Getting killed today. Hold on, let me pull up the Devils versus Jets game logs. It is disgusting. I think we're 2-13 against Winnipeg.
Oh my god!
In the last every time we meet them, that team's just gonna kill us today. I frankly don't even think it's gonna be a game. So actually, we beat them 4-1. It says last year in March. I don't remember that game. Besides that loss, 6-1 loss, 6-3 loss, 6-1 loss, 8-4 loss. There's a 2-1 win in there. A 5-4. I mean, a lot of high-scoring games. That's when we had no goalies. Hellebuck against Jake Allen. It's actually a pretty good goalie matchup if you want to go under. Jake Allen, according to Money Puck's been the best goalie in the last 10 games by goal saved above expected. Obviously, we know Connor Hellebuck is probably the Hart favorite right now with Leon missing time. I still don't think they're going to give it to him. I bet you they give it to the Mac or whoever it is, but maybe lean under. But I think the Jets roll today. I think if anything, NJ might just be looking forward to tomorrow. They have a back-to-back with Minnesota, much more winnable game. We don't do well in Winnipeg. We don't do well against Winnipeg. I have very low hopes for this game. If you think the Devils win, take Allen saves. I think that's the only path for it because I don't think we're outplaying them. They're deeper than us. Literally, our only hope is Jake Allen has an insane game like he did against Columbus and made 48 saves.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Betsky, you have anything in this one?
Sorry, one last thing. Nikolai Ehlers kills New Jersey. He literally scores against us every single game.
All right.
Let me pull up his head-to-head chart. I guarantee you he's got a point in like every game.
He does.
It's etched in my brain.
Yeah, 1 goal, 2 assists, 1 goal, 2 goals, 2 goals.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I know this because Devils fans on Twitter, every time he's available in trade rumors, think he's the greatest player alive because he crushes us every time. He is very good against this head-to-head.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
I like his shots
UFA,
tonight too.
2026
like his
UFA
shots.
Devil Nikolai Ehlers, welcome to the team.
Yeah, Ehlers at 3+. His attempts have been great lately, 7, 7, 6, and 8. So sprinkle on his goal and his shots tonight. So I like that. Betsky, back to you here. What do you got?
Nothing. Back to you.
Cheds, did you have something?
I was just going to say they swap lines around. Ehlers isn't with Nemestikov and Perfetti anymore. So he's playing with the Lowry and Appleton. So maybe you think like those are two not, I don't want to disrespect them. They're not skilled guys like Nemestikov or Perfetti. Maybe more shots, more opportunities for him. He's still on the first power play. So
Franco, anything for you?
Probably not. I'll sprinkle the Ehlers goal because it's just worth it at this point. It looks like they put Halla back up with Mercer and Bratt, so maybe I'll look at him again. But he was red hot before they switched the lines that last game, so this isn't the best matchup though when it really comes down to it. But he's been playing well recently for them.
The only guy to look at in New Jersey is Timo. Timo's real good in March. I'm not betting. I personally have no desire to bet against Connor Hellebuck. I know it's a good spot, like for with how hot Timo's been, but there's no desire to bet against elite goalies like that.
Morrissey's also, yeah.
Or Luke Hughes, I'm sorry.
Morrissey 3+, another interesting look. If you look at his last 2 games, he had 3 shots on goal on 9 attempts against the Caps, and then 4 on 9 attempts against the Sabres. He's got pretty good history against the Devils here, and his home splits look pretty good as well. And then New Jersey's allowed the 8th most shots on goal to forwards in their last 10 games. So, going to sprinkle on Ehlers and Morrissey for shots in this one. Any other plays before we get to Vegas, Chicago?
No, let's get to Vegas and Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago plus 260, Vegas minus 325. Total set at 6.5 here, plus 110 to the over. Betsky, you sounded so enthralled when we brought up this matchup, so it's only right we go to you first here. What do you got?
Well, I definitely like Dorofeyev, but
Yep.
I'm sure you've seen that around today. Seems like he's getting better with the consistency with his volume, with Hurdle out. Just great matchup, great history. I guess the only thing that scares me is he's already hit in 4 in a row and has hit against Chicago 4 straight. But I don't know. As a parlay piece, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, we gave out Dorofeyev on our Odd Shoppers Tails package last night for all the insiders who've joined that at minus 135 on FanDuel. He's now up to minus 178.
Nice.
So some value there.
Yeah.
Cheds, any looks in this one?
Like Shea Theodore assist. I mean, came back,
He's cooking again.
Yeah, came back like nothing changed. I think he was at minus 120. He's up to minus 130 now, so it dropped a little bit, but still within range for most people. Dave just mentioned it. I think there's a lot of value on Barbashev. He's at minus 110. Playing on that top line. Spencer Knight looked great for a couple games into Chicago, and now his last couple, he looked real bad. The game against New Jersey was pretty bad. The game before that, he looked really bad, if I remember correctly. So we got a couple bad games in a row now. I like Barbashev's line. Also, just look at Toivo Teravainen. He just puts up a point in every home game for them. You usually get him at pretty nice money. I think he's like 75% home games right now. 67%, but he's hit in 9 of his last 10.
It's not bad.
Jeez. Anybody taking Levshinov?
He looks good against New Jersey. I was pretty impressed with his skating.
I was considering it.
Plus 160 for a point. Power play point plus 450.
Yeah, I'm checking out Vegas's PK numbers right now, but I like him. He's on the ice a ton, obviously, right now, getting top line and top power play. So, I feel like this team's going to score. Vegas hasn't been particularly great on the road as well. Mm-hmm. I know Chicago sucks, but I think you can make an argument for Donato point. Bedard point's bettable again, which is, we all got burned on that one. But yeah, I mean, I think Levshinov has the best value, obviously.
Vegas is the 14th best penalty kill on the road, and they're in the late 20s overall over the last 10 games. So, yeah, there's definitely that bias. Chicago right now has the 15th ranked power play. It may be worth a sprinkle.
I'm sprinkling it. Yep.
450 if you can get it. They just outright did not allow people to bet it last game, right?
Yep. We were talking about on the show. Yep. I said it would be nice to have it, and I couldn't find it on any books. And of course, he got it in the first period. It's great.
Except Dougie.
Any other looks for you guys in this one?
I think this is kind of similar to Montreal. I think the line's a little bit too heavy on a home dog. It's disgusting.
Vegas is terrible on the road.
Vegas is not good on the road. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, they're terrible.
I'm not saying Chicago's not good anywhere, but like Vegas is like below 500 at home.
I'll sprinkle Chicago's first period team total over.
Vegas.
That's the way to bet this team.
Vegas probably has a little bit more to play for than Carolina, though.
Do they? I mean, they're within 5 points of LA. I guess LA could conceivably catch them. It's close.
But
again, I don't think
man,
they lose today.
I may want to play the second wild card team. Well, I guess. Never mind. No, never mind. Well, shit. The Blues are almost caught up to Minnesota. I take that back.
I was going to say,
crazy.
I think the Blues will overtake Minnesota because I don't think Kaprizov, Joel Eriksson Ek and Kaprizov started skating, but it doesn't sound like they're close.
No.
So you're probably not getting for another 3-4 games. Minnesota hasn't been good. And Minnesota's coming on a trip. They're going to be in Jersey, I think on Monday. So I'm assuming they're going to do the whole East Coast trip. They'll be fine. They got New York, the New York teams. They're fine. Never mind.
Speaking of the New York teams,
Vegas is 16-18 on the road if you take those overtime losses into account. I mean, this is not a good
You're right.
team.
Sorry, I said below NHL 5. Technically, they're NHL 500 stupid. They're below actual 500.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy. They're not going on the road, and they're minus 300 tonight. I get the Blackhawks suck, but come on.
I mean, looking at
all right, last game of the. Go ahead,
Head to Nashville.
I was going to say Vegas and LA. If you get that second round playoff series, I mean, home ice is going to be real important because neither of those teams can win on the road.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy at this point.
All right,
no power
last
play
game
point, by the way.
of
For
the.
left,
Oh, really? No power play
Yeah.
point.
No.
Franco, they're on to you here.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. How
In
he's a
fact,
top
in fact,
power play
I don't
unit.
see his point anywhere actually.
His point
All right,
should be around, but
Yeah,
enough left enough talk.
yeah. Last game of the night.
It's not.
No.
They know. They know. They know exactly how this game's going.
Don't worry, they're offering Alex Vlasic though, at least.
Oh,
Yep.
Chicago
Yep.
plus 2.5, plus 118.
Wow.
I don't hate that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, last game of the night. Rangers
All right.
at Anaheim. Betsky,
Close your
what do you got?
eyes, and
Oh,
it's
here we
the
go.
middle of August. Tell me how excited you would have been for the Rangers Anaheim game in late March preseason.
This might be the second best game on the slate tonight.
It's maybe like one of the best games of the year.
If anyone wants to kick off, the Ducks are the ones hunting of late. They're not the typical like
They're
you
not the
think. Hey,
hunting.
we're gonna bet Ranger shots.
No,
We're betting Duck shots today. We're like that Uno
Yep.
reverse card on them. I love this Ducks team. I'm so heavy on
they're
them.
fun.
I think next year I will take a playoff future with them. I really like this team. They're coming together. Mason McTavish is taking a next step. He looks incredible. Cutter Gauthier, Franco's boy, started the season off rough. He looks real good right now. He's kind of pieced it together. Even Zegras, I'm not a huge Zegras fan, but he's looked great. And like on the back end, they got Zellweger, Mintyukov, who's the third one? Lacombe. They also have that was it Tristan whatever. They have another top prospect who's a defenseman. Like their decor looks set. They got a lot of young players. I don't know if they have any cap space after acquiring Trouba, but like they could like take a stab at like a big name UFA to help that forward core a little. Like I really like that team. You have a goalie set for the future and Dostal. Like
Yep.
all that to say, I like Mason McTavish everything today. I like Frank Vetrano to shoot, little revenge angle. There's a lot of stuff that I like on the Anaheim side today, including their money line. Plus money dogs is insane.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Betsky, any looks for you in this one?
I mean, I think this is the place to maybe build a same game parlay, both with shots and points. I'm with you. That McTavish has just been unreal. If you can find Trouba props, there's no reason to shy away. I managed to catch his 1.5 this morning for minus 110, and they probably pulled that before I could put in 3+ for plus 290. His goal is plus 1,300 right now.
Or 1,400 if you have 365.
Yeah, I mean, I've spent beer money on worse things, so
Yep.
I'm telling you, this is from like my Ranger buddies over here. They say their ex players score against them at an alarming rate.
Oh yeah.
So
I've
same game
seen
parlay, Frank Vetrano, Ryan Strome, Jacob Trouba, you're set for the day.
I mean, you have to bet all of them. You have to bet all of them straight because
Uh.
if you don't, you know you're going to be pissed when Vetrano scores. So it needs to be done.
Yeah. Vetrano
Franco. Yeah. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, I lean Ducks money line here. I have no idea why the Rangers are minus 162 on the road with the way they've been playing. Can anybody answer that reason? I mean, this was the same thing we just saw a couple of days ago where Anaheim was at home against Boston, and Anaheim was opened at like minus 120 and closed around minus 140 and absolutely smashed them. How is this Rangers team any different than Boston? You have a theoretically really very good goalie.
Wait.
Yeah, that's a little unfair.
I mean, one team has half their AHL squad pulled up right now.
I mean, you have Brendan
point,
Othman starting on the wing with Trocheck and Panarin. You have Johnny Brodzinski with Lafreniere and JT Miller.
Othman's a decent prospect.
Okay, but it's not like we're talking about the Rangers from 2 years ago. This team has been inept.
Sure. I mean, just don't compare to Boston.
I entirely disagree with Franco's point. But if you look at that defense score, it is Adam Fox and 5 number 6 defensemen that have been put together on a decor that is real bad. The only thing holding them together is Igor, has been really good of late.
Yes. I will give Igor his flowers. He's been fantastic despite the shit being in front of him.
From this decor is insane. It's like the Rangers picked up Carson Soucy and decided, he's been the third, I think he's like bottom 5 defenseman in all of hockey. This year's like, you get to play with Adam Fox, pal. And he's just looked even worse than ever imagined. That Rangers team is insane to me. I'm so curious if they give the Pittsburgh pick this year or they give Pittsburgh a chance at McKenna next year. Imagine they gave Pittsburgh McKenna somehow.
I think you got it. Give them it this year.
What if it's top 10?
Can you choose to do it even if it's protected?
Who cares?
Yeah.
You can say yeah.
It came out that
this class is nothing like next year's.
It came out that New York has not New York. New York has the option. So if they drop below the protection, New York picks. If it's above, then obviously, whatever, it's protected. But yeah, New York can pick either way. I agree with Gretzky. I think you have to give this year's.
Yeah.
But then, I could also see Chris Drury as a GM because I think he's a horrible GM. Be like, yeah, but I could sign a ton of guys next year and make this the 20th overall pick. Right, you're taking that risk of do I want to give up a 10th when I could maybe make this a playoff team and give up a 20th overall? I could see him
20th overall pick may just be as good as Jake O'Brien this year.
Yeah, I think next year's draft is significant. I agree with you, but this is Chris Drury. I don't think Chris Drury very highly of Chris Drury. True. So
I don't think you think very highly of the Rangers at all.
I don't, but if they were a well put together team, I'd say it. But he just gave multi-year contracts to their entire decor. I don't think Borgen or Soucy or Vacan. I don't think any of them are good. So I don't see how you're going to make that team much better.
Franco, you brought up my guy who I want to bet on tonight. First time this year, Johnny Brodzinski.
Oh yeah, you need to lock in his goal. I mean, he's playing on that top line. So
yeah, I'm taking his 2+ tonight. Great recent form, head to head's pretty solid as well. And then his away splits aren't terrible either. So give me his 2+ shots on goal tonight for minus 138 on FanDuel. Only FanDuel has him, but I am going to sprinkle him. Why not? I don't have any other plays in this last one, so give me some Brodzinski. Why not?
He might be their best forward in their last 5 games.
Yeah.
Move the old guys down, get Kreider out of there, right? And Zibanejad, they just need to be banished to the 4th line at this rate, right?
Is Brodzinski young? I don't think he is. He's 32.
Yeah.
He's
younger than Kreider. He's got to be younger than Kreider at this point.
He's a career AHLer who recently.
Yeah, he's born in 93.
He's 1 year younger. He's 1 year younger than Chris Kreider. Is he younger than? He might be younger than Zibanejad or older than
Zibanejad's 36, right?
Zibanejad's 31. They're the
I thought he was
same.
older. Okay.
Brodzinski's not some young rook.
No.
Jeez.
Yeah, you almost have a decade on Zibanejad, Franco. Let that sink in.
Old as shit. Mason McTavish point.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Yeah.
He's been fantastic. I mean, honestly, like you could sprinkle up and down the Ducks lineup. I feel like I know it's not the best matchup because of Igor being as good as he's been, but they're gonna have 1,000 chances, like you said. And you're just getting a ton of value on these guys. So I think McTavish point at -118 looks pretty damn good.
I'd like to play some devil's advocate instead of always shitting on them. JT Miller's got an insane head-to-head history against Anaheim.
Yep.
And he's like -140 for a point. That's like the lowest
Yep.
we've seen him in a while. He's got a point in 12 straight, averaging 1.5 points, so 24 points in his last 12 games against Anaheim.
Take him up to 2.
Yeah.
You know why, right?
Why?
He's a Disney adult.
Oh, is he really?
No.
Oh, I thought you were
Can you
serious.
imagine if JT Miller was a
I
Disney
was gonna
adult?
say that there are skeletons in the closet, right? That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Also, to go off that, JT Miller has a point in 8 straight road games and 12 of his last 13 on the road.
Yeah.
So he just hates Madison Square Garden, apparently. It's a nice price for him. I might honestly, I might take him and Nikolai Ehlers because I needed a pair for Ehlers who I like. And it's like they're both at that like -150-ish range. They're like in a similar spot. And I think they could be some like better value than just taking like Eichel and Quinn Hughes or someone.
Well, we do got to put together a parlay, so maybe we save those.
Take them both up to 2, man. I feel like you do 1s and 2s, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe if I find another
JT
guy
Miller
that I
would
like.
wreck me so bad.
Yeah.
Hear me out. JT
JT
Miller,
Miller would destroy me.
JT
He would
Miller,
kill you.
You'd give me like
Brad
Mickey Mouse
Marchand.
ears welts on my head.
I'm telling you, Miller, Marchand, Jarvis, Ehlers, all of them for 2 points. That's got to at least be like plus 30,000. If you take all 4 of them
I
for
like
2,
it. Do it.
I think we just came up with a parlay.
it's my specialty.
Keep it simple.
I like the parlays. Well, you take them all for
Yeah,
1,
so-
and then you take them all for
That's
2.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So speaking of the parlay, what do you guys want to do for that tonight?
He just said it.
Oh, what was it?
I'm down with also doing a same game for this game. I think this game's going to be great if we want to do like a same game and keep it interesting.
Yeah, we could do a same game for this last one.
I think McTavish point, Miller point. I like Vetrano shots. I don't really know who I trust to shoot on New York though. If we wanted someone,
Look at Miller
Brodzinski.
shots or
Miller
Panarin at
shots is
3.
decent.
Yeah.
maybe Panarin at 3. What about Cooley? Cooley's been shooting like for 2.
Yeah. Miller at 2+ -155. I don't mind that. I like that play.
Two shots
McTavish
and point.
point. You said McTavish point or McTavish
Did anybody
shots?
say Keandre Miller or you're talking JT Miller shots?
JT.
too?
JT.
JT Miller shots
Keandre,
at 2+, yeah.
Keandre will be in the locker room within the first 5 minutes of the game. With a snap
After he gets
ankle.
that true elbow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like
Sorry.
Mason McTavish shots and point. Have you
Yeah.
seen his last 5 games? He's been
Yeah.
ripping.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you want his shots or his point?
I like his point more. I feel safer
right.
about it,
Let's
but
do
I'm
his
fine
point.
with including both.
New York is allowing a ton of
Shots. I mean, Leo
Shots.
Carlson looks good. Like
Cutter
you
for
said,
2.
McTavish.
Cutter for 2 shots.
Yeah.
cutter for 2.
Yeah, Cutter for 2 shots. All right. I like that. So we got Miller 2 shots, McTavish point, Cutter for 2 shots. Then we need one more.
Probably a
Want
Ranger, right?
Zellweger too, or no? Is that too many Ducks?
Well, so I think Zellweger looks awesome. The only thing that scares me a touch is he's paired with Trouba.
True.
Trouba
True,
could
the
just be-
shot demon.
Trouba will come by, take the puck from Zellweger.
He'd be like, I got it.
There's a non-zero
Sailing the
ch-
whole game.
I really wish Rempe was playing today. That could have been some fireworks if something
Oh
happened.
yeah, that would have been fun.
Brodzinski. Is it Johnny Brodzinski shots today? No, probably not.
I
Panarin
took
at 3 doesn't look horrendous if we buy him down a shot.
Agreed.
Panarin
What
at
are we
the
at
first.
with this already?
So we have JT Miller 2 shots, McTavish point, Cutter 2 shots, and we're looking for a 4th leg here.
I'm fine with going Miller point as well. Like I know we.
Yeah,
talked
I would
about
like to
just-
add his point
Let's
to it.
let's do that. Let's do that because I don't trust any of these Rangers for shots. Like when it really
I
comes
agree
down
with
to
you.
it.
So you want to take out JT Miller shots and replace it with a point?
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna do both. I'm fine with both, but
Oh yeah.
I trust this point more than I don't trust any Ranger really to shoot like that.
All right. So we can still look for a fourth leg then. McTavish point, Cutter 2 shots, JT Miller point, and then we still have one more available spot.
Well, there's you don't have to cap them at 4, Gator.
Oh,
You're gonna make
we're doing
Gator
this
have a
today
heart
on a
attack right
Friday. We're doing this today.
Monday, Friday. Holy cow!
I mean, 3 right now. So
Man.
McTavish point, Cutter 2 shots, Miller point. That's plus 335.
We could also pull from another game. We don't have to do is there a same game parlay boost, or are we just doing same?
Yeah,
game
there
I
parlay?
don't think any.
Oh, okay.
Is there actually? I haven't
Oh, is
gotten a
there?
boost in weeks for NHL. I feel like.
There's one on DK,
Let me take a look.
and there's one on the Disney book. I've actually already made a 10 game for this on
The Disney
DK, so Disney book for all the Disney adults.
I
on-
don't
on
have
the Rangers.
I don't have one for NHL anyway, so
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have.
Like
one on
I'm
DK
willing
right
to
now.
add something from one of these other games if we like
All
something
right.
else.
What do you got then for another game?
Ehlers point.
Yeah, Ehlers point is probably a good one.
Marchand we liked. I mean, that,
Mhm.
then we're just redoing the points like that.
Yeah, we're going right back to where we started, which I'm fine with.
We're gonna have
I mean-
1,000 legs on this parlay.
I mean, we
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
just do the 4-leg points if we're all cool with it.
I think that 4-leg point looked good, but
All right. So what
I
is
bet
that?
you it's probably around like plus 800 with the 4 of them. They're pretty.
What,
They're
what
not
do we
like the
say?
lowest ones.
Ehlers,
Ehlers,
Miller,
Miller.
Jarvis. Right?
I did Jarvis. I can't do
Yeah.
Aho.
Oh no, I can't do
I
it.
can't do
Aho is the perpetual seller.
I know.
cannot- no.
You got the Aho patch on right now, Chad.
Yep. I can't do it.
I ran out and I stupidly took him with Jarvis.
It's
But
plus 600 for the 4 of them to get 1.
Yeah. So what do we got?
Marchand, Jarvis,
Ehlers,
first.
JT Miller, Seth Jarvis, and then who else?
Marchand.
Yeah, I like that. Plus 594. I'm fine with that for running that for our parlay.
And then let me just see what the 2s are, because that's fun.
yep.
So they're all going to score twice. I'm so mad at myself. I had Holloway and Mitchkov yesterday, which they both got 2. Should have just taken their goals. They all scored twice. too.
I almost did 2 goals for Michkov last night. Like I was
I know
so
someone
close.
that had,
I'm like,
had
Uh,
one of my buddies took Mitchkov 3 pregame because of the news, and he was in pain.
he was probably yeah.
Mm.
Especially with the one they took away. So that just
Oh no,
made
the
me-
empty netter is infinitely more.
yeah,
pain.
no, I know. It's crazy.
All right. Any other plays tonight? Our parlay once again is Ehlers, JT Miller, Seth Jarvis, Brad Marchand, all to record a point. That's plus 594 on DraftKings. New customers to DraftKings can use promo code THPN for $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Anything
And
else?
then what is it with 2?
You guys can
Good.
check. I don't want to
Okay.
go with the other book, but you guys could check
Gotcha.
PK.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we wrap up?
Let's go
No.
Sabres tomorrow. Big Sabres fan tomorrow.
Big over
Huge game.
tomorrow. I think I saw the expecteds Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen versus Samuel Ersson. So you got 2
Yes.
Scandinavian frauds who don't know how to stop a puck.
Just
It's
take
so
take the rest
good.
of the season off Flyers. I'll book your tee times. Just give me a call. You don't need to be worrying about this game tomorrow. Just we'll talk about tee times and
Hey, the Flyers are only 8 points out. Eight
Yeah.
points out. Everyone's losing.
you know how many times they've done this shit where they just finish like 10, 12, 13th and just pick a middling shit prospect that never comes.
Let's
I
do it
hate
one more
it.
year. Let's do it one more year.
No.
Why not, Franco? Let's do
No,
it. Come on.
I mean, I
Especially
get
the
that
shit
this
draft.
draft isn't. I know.
Yeah.
It's not even like
Look
I'm
at
getting
another
like
shit
somebody
prospect.
great up at the top, but
Hey.
it's just
Look at the bright side. Your boy Scott Lawton finally did something yesterday. First goal.
Oh, he finally after
Yeah,
I bet
first
him
goal.
like 3 other times to do
Yep.
something, fucker.
Anything you guys are eyeing tomorrow early, besides the Buffalo money line?
I haven't gotten that far.
No.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Blues
definitely.
Avs should be a good one though. That should be a really good
Yeah.
game.
I think the Avs tell St. Louis there's levels to this shit, and
Yeah.
they're gonna just beat them down.
I could see that. Kings at home against the Leafs might be a value.
Yeah, I was
getting
looking
a
at the
bounce
Kings
back
there too. Yeah,
Ottawa CBJ should be good.
I might parlay the.
Battle of
I'm sorry.
Alberta.
I'm
Yep.
talking out loud.
Oh,
Blackhawks, Canadians, Ducks money line. The dogs. Dogs might be barking today.
I like that.
It is Friday.
Yeah,
it is usually
I don't
happens with
mind
the
it.
weird slate.
Just
Yeah,
you
A little
know,
sprinkle.
little
yeah.
sprinkle.
Point one units. That never hurt nobody.
Nope.
I don't have that many plays out today. Little dog action. What does that pay? It's got to pay well. You're going to be looking at plus 2,000 easy.
I think
like it.
Dougie brought it up too. What did he say? Trying to
Plus
find it now.
3,300 for the three of them to win.
I don't know where he got Chicago plus 2.5 at plus money, but
Yeah,
Thought I
no
saw
way. It
that
had to have
on
been
here.
1.5. It had to have been a typo.
oh, over
plus
2.5
money at-
goals. Over 2.5 goals.
Oh,
at
team
plus
total.
110.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that too.
I could see that.
All right. Before we wrap up here, just want to thank Cheds again for hopping on.
thanks
It's
for
always
coming on.
great to catch up with him. And then you've already announced that
preview
you're
/ spelling
Yes.
bee show.
Yeah.
yeah.
We got to do, but we also have to do our typical playoff preview.
Yep.
So we'll do 2 and 1.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I love it.
Perfect. All right. Once more, thank you to everyone listening. I think we're up to 2K live viewers right now, which is
Nice, guys.
awesome.
That's awesome.
So we appreciate all the support here. We will be back Monday. But until then, hope everyone has a great weekend, and we will talk to you then. See ya.